Hello there. Welcome to Car House, and this is the Three Pedal Podcast. My name is Al Richards, and I have my good friends Dan Pendleton and Mike Palumbo as co host. This will be a basic intro episode about ourselves. It will be a car related podcast, as you can tell by the name, but I'm sure we will get off topic. All three of us are Euro guys for the most part, especially Dan. I have owned a bunch of different cars, but I've always had at least one VW at any given time, so let's get into it. Dan,
Yes. Hello.
what was your first car?
Oh man, my first car was a 1985 Porsche 944, which I still own. It is in my garage with no engine in it.
I was going to say, when's the last time it was running?
But I do have a second one that I've been working on for the last 12 years, slowly, and we're hoping for this year. Maybe we'll see. It's no promises.
Might get running this year.
Yeah, it runs. It runs. I've done a lot in the last 2 years, but it's one of those projects that's constantly on the back burner.
Yep.
So you know how that goes. Yes.
And I don't know what else. I don't even know.
I mean, Dan basically has a junkyard
I know.
in his backyard.
I have.
So he could talk
I have an
through-
addiction.
I know.
to really shitty cars.
I would too if I had the garage.
No.
No, I would have all Mark 1s, 2s, 3s
Yeah.
just
Yep.
thrown about.
Yep.
Um,
Do you want me to
how did you
introduce? Yeah.
Yeah, all right, what got you into cars?
Okay,
What
so I'll
was
do
your-
I'll do a brief. So my name's Dan Pendleton. I've been pretty much deep into Volkswagen Audi world since early 2000s, I'd say. Waterfest was like the first big car show I
Yep.
went to when I was a sophomore in high school.
I say that was probably my first one. I went to, I think, Waterfest 13.
Yep. I don't remember specifically, but I pretty much went to every Waterfest after that, pretty much hooked right away. I took auto shop in high school, but I was more into science, not so much automotive. I didn't really think that I'd land a career in automotive, but
Yeah, same.
essentially it ended up going that way. I graduated, decided not to go to a 4-year university, which I was close. I went to orientation and everything and then backed out and was like, you know what, I'm going to stay local. And I worked a couple automotive jobs locally in Nashua. So I grew up in Nashua. But basically, I decided to get serious about it. I went to Universal Technical Institute, UTI. Did diesel industrial, automotive, and I also got certified in Ford. Got real close to going into the diesel industry and then decided to take a job at Volkswagen, and I've been there for 16 years. So shop foreman, master certified. But yeah, I mean, pretty much have stuck with Volkswagen Audi Group because I know the cars. I try to make money off of them, but tend to spend a lot on them as well. So,
Yeah.
you can make a little and then basically
Spend a
becomes a
lot.
fund for you to just like
Yep.
a puddle fund. So at this point, I don't know how many cars I have, but I built a pretty big garage behind my house. It's, I do winter storage and, I'm hoping this year I'm going to knock out a bunch of projects that I've had for a while, but
Well, I mean, for the people, highlights of what you own currently.
highlights. Okay. So my favorite car right now that I own, which I don't know if I'll ever sell, is a 2007 Audi RS4.
But you have two of those.
I have two because I'm an idiot. One of them has no engine because that was a really good decision of mine to buy one from North Carolina from Copart with the intention of doing a VR6 turbo swap. But again, I got the car and then I got a good 4.2 RS4 and fell in love with it and realized this car is amazing with a V8, especially that 4.2 engine, 6-speed, wide body, big brakes. I've done some stuff to it, but relatively high performance car from the factory. So like driving Volkswagens mostly and some Audis over the, span of my life. I got in that car and I was like, wow, this is what happens when Audi builds like a race motor for a sedan. And I pretty much got hooked on it. So That's my favorite car. Everybody probably, or anybody that's listening to this podcast probably knows me for the GTI VR6 that I've had
that's
since
my
high
favorite.
school. It's Tornado Red Mark IV, 2001 GLX. So it had the 12 valve. And over the years, I mean, I think I broke it down. I was like, this thing's had like 7 sets of wheels, 5 sets of headlights, 4 sets of different suspension. At this point, it's pretty dialed in air ride. More of a show car at this point, 3.6 FSI swap. I have some plans for it, but I pretty much parked it, didn't register it last year just because I had other things going on. And, sometimes you've had a car for so long and you like the way it is, but, I jumped into the RS4 and I was like, wow, this is a fast, a really, really nice driving car. And as much as I modify my GTI VR6, it's just not gonna be at that level. I don't think. I mean, unless I went crazy with it, but it was already so much of a show car, and I've showed that car since. I mean, Waterfest.
Yeah,
I mean, me and you remember back in the
I had my
back in the
337.
day. Yeah. So, I mean, me and you used to. I mean, that must have been 2008.
It's before I left
9?
BMW, so 10, 11 maybe.
Yeah.
I think 11. I think 11 was the same year we were there.
Yep.
Yep.
So pretty much, I would say for the most part, I really do still love cars, which is why I'm sitting here with you guys right now. But it is a challenge when you work on them all day, every day. I do side work. I kind of have like my own small business on top of my 9 to 5 or 8 to 6, basically. It's never 9 to 5. So I mean, it's a struggle sometimes to really keep
you get home
the passion alive.
You 100% do not want to go in the garage.
Yeah,
that's been my biggest problem.
Yeah,
I get home and it's like I don't want to work on this thing.
No, I mean, you just got to chip away. I always tell people, I'm like, if you can do one little small thing, even if it's like for me, I keep cars forever. Yeah. So it's like, if I do 2 things in 1 year, just 2 small things, it's better than not doing absolutely, just letting it sit there doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I have plenty of cars that I haven't touched in years, but you got to pick and choose. Nope. So, but yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that's the basest.
That's me.
So, Mike.
All right. Hey, everybody. Mike Palumbo. So ultimately, what got me into cars is, it's actually kind of hard to say because I don't really know what triggered everything that got me there. I know back in the day, my old man was kind of a VW guy. He had a Mark II Tornado Red Jetta. He had a B3 Passat 16 valve and Tornado Red manual. That's actually what I came home in the hospital from.
That's awesome.
So like, I know my dad had some good taste. Growing up, there was not a good taste of vehicles in my house.
Is that why you like Saabs?
No, I can tell you he did not have that much taste. We'll get into that later. But when we're talking like base models, you're talking like Chevy Malibus, Buick Sentries, like there was nothing good in my household.
No, my dad had a bunch of Econo vans when I was growing up.
I mean, probably the turning point, honestly, is I remember from base models, something possessed my dad to buy a Maxima in 2002. Oof. When they first went to the VQ35. And that thing was pretty sweet and ripped. And then right after that, it turned into a Legacy GT in 2005 when they first did that redesign.
Yeah, that redesign was nice.
Yeah, it was a manual 2005 Legacy GT, and I learned to drive on that.
And
I learned to drive a manual on that car.
Yeah.
So that might have triggered it a little bit, but prior to that, I was always into cars, whether it be like, back in the day from the Need for Speed racing games, stuff like that. It was always kind of like there with me. But, to echo what Dan had talked about, first car, refrigerator white, 99 Saab 9.3.
I called it.
Oh, yeah.
But for the record, I do not dislike Saabs. Yeah. I do like Saabs.
I mean, it was pretty weak.
But they can be weird cars.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, it was weak. It was an automatic. Yeah. It was, it was a first car.
Right.
It got me through 9 months of tinkering and VHT nightshade and spray paint and garbage mods. But after that, I always wanted to get a Volkswagen. So ultimately at 16, I ended up with my parents at the time finding a pretty sweet lease deal for $150 a month on a Mark V Jetta. and that's where I ended up. And that's probably where a lot of people would know me from, which would be my Mark V Jetta.
Yes.
So that car went through a lot of different renditions, ultimately ending with the rear arches being widened about 1.5 inches, the front fenders being widened about 3/4 of an inch, shaved bumper, a bunch of OEM Euro parts. And that's pretty much was its final rendition before I sold it off. But I mean, since then, I've had probably upwards of 35, 40 different Volkswagens and Audis, ranging everywhere from a Mark III Cabby to a C5 A6 2.7 manual to Tiguan's All-Tracks. I mean, EOS. I've had so many random cars.
A Tacoma.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then off the Euro stuff, I've had
Volvo.
Yeah, I've had four Toyotas. I think 3 or 4 Toyotas. I had an 05 Legacy GT that I bought when I was in dealership land.
How did you get into the automotive industry, actually?
So honestly, kind of fell into it.
Yeah.
So back in high school, I was working in Circuit City. That should probably tell everybody where I'm at age-wise. But working at Circuit City, when Circuit City closed down, someone that I worked with at Circuit City was working at a Ford dealership as, kind of loose service porter type deal. So I ended up kind of getting in there, and then it turned into me just being a porter to ultimately on Saturdays when they were, busy. I'd end up out back doing like oil changes, tire rotations, mounting tires, just simple stuff like that, just to more or less like kind of keep myself busy. And then I did go to college. I was not a school person by any stretch or means. So ultimately ended up at Seacoast Volkswagen back in 2013, started selling cars. Was there for a while, ended up leaving, worked with Al briefly at Mini.
Yep.
And then ultimately ended up back at VW, where I was for another probably 6 or 7 years and did everything from selling to used cars to internet sales to sales manager to finance manager, and had fun there. And now, right before COVID, luckily got out of the car business, and ended up falling into fleet management,
which is still in the car business.
It's still in the car business to a different degree, but yeah. So for the last five and a half years, I've been at a fleet management company. Ultimately now I'm a client development manager, so I work with a lot of clients, a lot of different OEMs trying to secure vehicle strategy, all that fun stuff. Kind of boring, but that's where I'm at now. And
what do you drive now?
So now I've got what Volkswagen calls officially a Mark 7.75 GLI. So
7.5.
Yeah, Mark 7.75. So yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I have a 2025 GLI. And then in my house, my wife has a 2025 Tiguan R line, which I love because it's avocado green and that's just a fantastic color. And then I've got a Mazda CX-5 for my company car
with a gas card.
But it's nice black red leather interior, so at least I tried to get something not super boring with the budget that I had. But
yeah,
that's what I've got currently. Unfortunately, nothing super fun in the stable at the moment, with the courtesy of the two gentlemen sitting across the table from me. The GLI APR springs, APR sway bar, APR intake, just some things to make it a little bit more fun, but also a dad of 2 boys under 3 years old. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of
it
driving.
is a fine automobile, and it looks
It
very
is.
good.
It is, and you can fit 2 car seats in the back comfortably.
Nice.
So but not like Dan. I don't keep cars super long. I'm the serial car flipper of the group. So if anybody needs any advice or reviews on new vehicles, come to me because I've had a lot of them.
I'm probably in between you both. I'll keep some and then I'll get rid of others.
Yeah, but being the oddball of the group, obviously a Euro guy, VW, Audi at the core of everything, but I have a love obsession for Saabs and Volvos.
I'm a big
strange
Volvo guy.
Big love obsession with Saabs and Volvos.
What's your favorite Saab?
So my favorite is a 9.5 Aero.
Okay.
Just because it's a combination of everything they've done sporty in the bigger body sedan, which I had a 2000 manual 9.5 Aero.
Yep.
Okay. I was going to ask what like year range.
Yeah,
Right.
so which was absolutely phenomenal. It was after the GM era,
Yep.
but it was still like a lot of original Saab DNA in that vehicle. But my favorite Saab that I've owned is I had an '02 Vigan.
Yes.
Five-door Vigan manual, had a bunch of mods to it. It was tuned, 3-inch downpipe, pretty much every suspension modification, chassis brace that you could get for it. Thing was an absolute blast, and to this day I still regret selling that car.
Now, in both of those cars, did you have to put it in reverse to start the car?
Absolutely.
That is the
Because they were
strangest
both
thing.
manuals.
It is a very strange thing. I've only worked on probably a handful of Saabs, but I always thought that was very strange.
Yeah.
Interesting, but kind of those little quirks is like, it's neat. It's neat little quirks like that make you remember those cars.
Super unique cars.
Yeah.
Like they, you can take any Volkswagen and Audi. They've got their own individual feel that you've got.
Yep.
But when you get behind the wheel of like one of those Saabs and stuff like that, it's just like the combination of being refined but also unrefined.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you should have a stock vehicle that you can just mat the gas and the wheel's going to yank to a 45-degree angle to the right and rip you into a ditch because it has to, like, it's ridiculous. But
there was a Saab, I believe it was a Saab. It was a blue Saab. I'm almost positive, at Wolfsgart a couple years. It was like
Vigan. I know.
No, I'm
Was
talking
it
like
a-
a 60s.
Oh, really?
But you had to rev the engine when you went downhill
Oh, yeah. The
because
what is it,
you would lose engine vacuum and your brake assist.
Sonnets.
Yes. And I remember
Yeah.
talking to the owner, and he's like, yeah, you got to be careful down hills. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, if you lose engine vacuum when you go, or was it engine vacuum?
Yeah, if you didn't have engine RPM
you'd
above
have to
idle,
keep-
you
you'd
would
have
lose
to
brake
keep- yeah,
pressure because of
yeah.
the vacuum. Yep.
And it was so funny. I'm like, you have to rev it up downhill to use the brake.
That's crazy.
No, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about there was this kid that used to live in Claremont
No.
that had
no.
like a blue Vigan with a bunch of mods and stuff like that used to hang around.
Oh,
Friends
he
with
was-
VW
he was
people,
in the
so he would
scene.
end up in the
always
Euro
like that.
shows and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but overall, first car show like everyone was definitely Waterfest.
Yep.
I think for me it was back in 2007 ish, 2008 ish was my first Waterfest. Probably went for 5 or 6 years after that, but then it's like, who the hell wants to go to Jersey?
But it was
Yeah.
such a good racetrack. Like it was such a good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it was
honestly,
a great
show.
vibe. But I mean, that was a different time.
It was a
It
different.
was
time.
also 100
Yeah.
degrees every
Every
single
single
It
year.
was, no, and you
No
know what?
cloud cover.
We'd stay up drinking all night and
Yeah.
then go show the car in the morning. You'd get 4 hours
mean-
of sleep. You're hungover. You're sweating.
I mean, let's be real. Everyone
Couldn't do that
remembers
now.
going to the show, but everybody remembers the parking
The
lot
parties.
and hotel parties
Yes.
way
Yes.
more than you remember
Yes.
the show itself.
Yeah, the parking lots are crazy.
How
All
about
right.
you, Al?
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say, enough about us.
Yeah.
Let's move to the big honcho over here.
My name's Al Richards. I don't know. BMW used to be a BMW Master Tech. Probably lost all my certifications by now. But unlike Dan, he keeps his forever. No matter what. Once you're a master, you're always a master.
I am the master.
But I'm a master mini certified tech,
He's a mini master.
electric hybrid certified. Been at Mini for 14 years almost. Was at BMW for 9. Did a stint at Volkswagen for about 6 months before Quirk bought them, and worked at Honda for about a year previous to that. But nope, I like working on minis. I like working on the same thing every single day. The kid I was working on his car today, he was asking me, he's like, "Oh, you're not sick of these yet?" And I'm like,
Nope.
"Nope."
No.
I was like, "I actually like working on them. Got 6 motors to work on, and that is it."
Yeah.
But my
The repetition becomes.
yeah, it's he watched me. I put his valve cover back on. He's like, "That took me 45 minutes last time I did it." He's like, "You just slapped it on." I was like, I could do these with my eyes shut. It's nothing.
How'd you get into Volkswagens?
So I had friends that got their license like right before me, and this kid Larry had an '86 GTI, and then he got it. First one to have a license. Everyone drove around with him. Then our other friend got one. Then another friend got one. There's like 3 of them with GTIs, and I was like, I want one of those. So I got my license. My dad had already gotten me a car before I turned 16. 87 Chevy Celebrity,
Oof.
light brown.
Yikes.
What color was the interior?
Probably brown. At this point, I don't remember.
Brown on brown.
It had to have been brown because it wasn't black or gray. So it had to have been brown. Brown on brown. And it was like baby diarrhea brown.
Oh, must be the doo-doo, baby.
Yeah. So I was telling one of my coworkers that's like a few years older than me, and I think he said the Iron Duke is what they called that motor that was in it.
Oh, yeah, was it like the 2.2
Yeah.
4-cylinder or something like that?
Something like
Yeah.
that. And I guess it was in all those GM products back in that day. And then I ended up talking my parents into buying me an 86 GTI that was already modified. Lowered wheels, quad rounds, Recaros, exhaust. It was basically everything I wanted, and I didn't know how to work on cars, so I didn't have to do anything. And then I lost my license. So lost my license, sold the car, got my license back, bought another one. So bought an 87 Jetta GLI, 8-valve, lost my license again. Got it back, ended up buying an 85 GTI off a kid I went to school with's older brother. So that was like the car I really like sunk my teeth into.
Yep.
Had small windows, went to the junkyard, got big doors, because back then you wanted big doors, big bumpers. So
Yeah.
changed it all out.
It's kind of flip flopped.
Yeah.
Well, people.
Yeah,
I mean,
some people,
I obviously like both, but
Yeah.
you know,
like my Mark II is going to be small bumpers, but I needed new doors, and the only ones I could find were big doors. So it's
Yeah.
an 86, which it's going to have small bumpers, big doors. But yeah, that was basically all downhill from there. Had probably 6, 7 Mark IIs before I turned 20. And then got a couple Hondas, but had like a Cabriolet, had a Golf, got Mark III. I was all over the place.
how many cars have you owned?
I have a list on my phone. It's got to be upwards of 60 at this point. Which doesn't
Pretty
sound like,
impressive.
yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot when you're almost 50, but like I had a lot of cars.
And there goes Al aging himself.
Yeah, that's the problem. Let's say almost 50. I'm 47. So,
Still young.
but yeah, I mean, at any given time, I had one Volkswagen. Between me and my wife, usually had 3 or 4 cars at any time. Except for when we were like first together, we each had one.
But you did have a Mark IV.
But I did have a Mark IV.
337.
I had a 01 GTI VR6 before that,
Okay.
and then had bought it with 186,000 miles from my nephew, and the timing chain started making noise, so replaced the timing chain. Probably put 50K on it, and then spun a bearing, and then that was the end of that. So after that, I ended up getting a 337, and that's what probably most people that know me for. I'd say that and the Golf R, but like the 337's what like got me back into car shows.
Capone.
Yeah. The license plate, that's the
I think
I
that's
was
that's when
gonna
I met you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's all be real. We were back in the early 2010s. We were all scene queens
Oh,
to a
God.
degree. Let's
Yep.
let's be real.
Oh yeah. Red
Uh,
wheels.
Yep.
I like colorful wheels, but
I was gonna say you always
Always.
had the wild colored stuff.
did.
Dan and I were a little bit more
I was subtle.
understated with the
OEM-ish,
colors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Silver wheels.
no, I don't know. For some reason I like the colored wheels. Had orange,
Yep.
blue. I have blue now on
Bronze.
the bronze. Oh, the copper.
Golf
Yep.
R.
The
Oh,
cop-
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
gonna say the Golf R had
Yeah.
Had the
orange, blue, and copper.
Yeah.
Depending.
Yeah.
The same wheels, just,
Same- yeah.
multiple different colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I powder coated those Pegasus twice, and now they're on my Skyline. But yeah, the 337 was like the car that got me back into modifying. You know, upgraded the turbo to a KO4, and I ended up putting air suspension in it, changed the wheels a few times. Everything you could think of, bolt on. Put 2 sets of coilovers in it. Bozer hood. Joey modded the headlights.
I had a Bozer.
I think everyone did that. Yeah, you had the Bozer.
I had the Bozer. Yep. Missed that look kind of.
I had 2
The
different
body work. People used to do a lot more body work to make like show cars like really
like Mark IIs and 3s. Everything was shaved. Door handles.
Yep.
Hatches.
That was like a big European thing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of trickled over here.
You see
and
it in Performance VW.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
old
Golf
PVW
magazine.
You saw it a
stuff.
lot, like Mark IIIs,
Yep.
4s.
Yep.
Yep.
Early Mark V guys.
Yep.
Got into the bodywork, guilty. And then really kind of like with the Mark 6s, it kind of dropped off outside of like, maybe shaved bumpers or like shaving a rear emblem or something like that. But it kind of, it did it. Like
by the time the
fizzled
Mark
after that.
6s came around, that's when like Instagram and like
Everything
everyone
was
just
ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just-
No, Instagram was
more
good for
about
a while,
It was
but-
more about internet clout than
Yeah.
it was about the actual vehicle.
It was
itself.
bags and wheels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, everyone's guilty.
Yeah, but we were all on VW Vortex.
Absolutely.
They were doing a thing a few years back, and it was like people were taking screenshots of their like registration
Wait,
data.
so Dan, what was your
I honestly
Vortex
don't
handle?
remember.
What?
It was like just probably my initials and like some. It was nothing. It was nothing cool. Like I was just
mine
like
was Capone.
boring.
Yours was Capone, yeah.
And everything. I've used Capone since like 1999.
Mine was a PG Jetta for the win.
Which was the Mark V.
Mark V, which was platinum gray.
Yeah, that I actually so shout out to People's Car Podcast because they're awesome. They do Volkswagen primarily, mostly. I think all of it is Volkswagen
for the most part,
or Audi. But I think they interviewed the guys from VW Vortex at one point. And it was really, really interesting. The guys, how they started it. And they got so big that the servers, they couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the largest online publications. I think it was like the top 10 for all automotive forums in the early 2000s.
But it was so great back then.
It was
That's
awesome.
like when it was
amazing.
more of a community than it was about like after Instagram got to a certain point when it was about like the internet clout and all of that stuff. And just
I remember
before
going to the classifieds, and if you come back 2 hours later, it'd be 3 new pages.
Or you'd post like a photo thread after your next set of mods, and the first thing you would do, you'd first try to figure out a ridiculous name to name your thread.
Yes.
And then you would go back, you would leave that thread up for a week.
Yeah.
And constantly refresh it to see who was commenting on it next and stuff like
The
that.
haters were so aggressive.
They burn all the Mark IVs.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask a normal question in there without getting ripped apart.
I think the classifieds, though, it was incredible. Like, if you wanted to buy any parts, like, it was just so... Like, Facebook Marketplace, it's terrible.
It's tough.
Compared to what VW
Well, it was
Vortex
before
had.
the day of, like, the hard scammers, too.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember I would go all over. Like, the coilovers, random parts I'd bought from my Mark V back in the day. It was just... You'd respond to something on the classifieds, and you drive 2 hours down to the middle of nowhere, Massachusetts, and you'd meet some random guy, and then you became best of friends after because.
Yeah, I wonder if that community is. I would assume it is smaller.
Oh yeah,
now, because it's more spread out too. Like
I've been looking for Mark IIIs, and I've gone on there, and they're on there, but like. The same 3 posts are on the same page for months.
Right.
So,
well, I just mean, do you think that there's this? It's probably less people into. No, I wouldn't say like the older cars, but collectively, would you say that the enthusiast group for like the VW Audi scene is smaller? In this maybe in this area,
I would
or
argue to say it's the same.
It's the same. It's just not as connected. Or...
Well, the thing is we're looking at it through, if I could say, rose-colored glasses, right? I mean, like, we're not old by any stretch of the means. I mean, Al's cresting 50, but it's like, I'm 35.
He's got 3 more years.
Yeah, I'm 35. Dan, you're what?
37.
30, yeah, you're 37. So
guys
it's
are
like,
almost 40.
Yeah,
calm down.
So it's like
I know.
Today, I mean, we're not really connected with the younger group because they're all into different things. Like, I mean, God, if any of us put a fucking pops and bangs tune on our car, someone would get kicked in the chin real fast. Like,
I would kick you personally.
Absolutely. But there's different trends and different things now. Whereas, I would argue to say back in the day, a lot of us were probably looking up to the older people in the
Right,
scene,
right.
and we wanted our builds to be up
Worthy.
to that. Yeah, we wanted to
Right.
be worthy of those people who had been in the scene for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say being a young kid with my Mark V, I mean, I was probably 19 when I did all the bodywork to it and everything like that.
Yeah.
And when I had some of the elder VW guys that I knew coming to me, you know, giving me, you know, thumbs up or props for the build and stuff like that was cool.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, if we were to comment on some 20-year-old kid's posts about, hey, maybe you should have done this, or like, hey,
Yeah.
I like what you did to your car, we'd probably get some, I don't know, some
smart ass.
some Gen X bullshit line of like something that But it's just different. Like, it's not saying that it's worse.
No,
but it's different, and we just don't
Well,
necessarily
I
connect
think-
with that level of
Well,
it.
I would agree, and I think social media has really kind of ruined
Oh, it
the-
changed the car scene
the
completely.
collectiveness
Oh, yeah.
of
it
it,
changed
and,
it completely.
and I think that was rose-colored glasses, like you said. But I think VW Vortex was such a good hub for everyone. Like you said, you'd meet up with somebody, you'd be best
Yeah.
friends with them,
Yeah, yeah.
and you could
Yeah.
easily find them, and like you could, you know, because you'd be in the same forum or whatever, or in the same classifieds, and or you'd just bump into them at a
I still
show.
talk-
Well, I was going to say that
I still talk to people that I bought wheels off of when
Right.
I was 17 years old.
or even
Like-
guys you
like,
you
still-
talk to on like the threads and Vortex,
Yeah.
and then you go to Waterfest and you actually meet them.
Exactly. Yeah. It was a much more of like a personal type deal, whereas now it's like, cool, you put your Instagram name
Yeah.
name on your car, and it's like, where's the sense of community in that?
Yeah. Well, cars have changed a lot too. I think with like the performance of the cars too nowadays, I feel like there's so many different avenues to take, and like, you know, the show scene is still, I mean, you gotta hand it to Dust Off, because that show has been around and they haven't wavered.
No.
There's been
Yeah.
no
No.
changes. I mean, they've just kept it I mean, it's grown,
Yeah.
but it's always been about the VW Audi community, and it's always been, you know, uplifting
Yep.
to everybody that's a
It's
part of it. And
Volkswagens and
I
Audis are
I
allowed
try to
in,
go
and
every
that's it.
year. I've been so many years. I know you have as well.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
it's-
that was
it's
a religious
refreshing.
show for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blew
I
out
haven't-
the clutch line in my GTI.
Yeah.
Yep.
This year.
Last year.
Backing
right?
in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been to a show, and
Yeah. You
I haven't
have
been to a show since 2015.
Jesus. No, my goal is to do more this year. You're always inviting me to stuff, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know.
I try to go.
I know.
Yeah.
I try to
I really
go.
need to. I need to get out more. When we went to Roots,
Roots was
like
fun.
it felt so good to have my camera out
Yeah.
and actually use it. So that's like the goal this year.
We got lucky. That was a great weekend.
I'm
Having the square
definitely-
back,
We're
the
definitely
the
doing that
68.
again.
I realized quickly that was more of a water cooled show, which I wish we had.
It was more, yeah.
It was more of an
Yeah,
early pre-2000s water cooled. I brought the square back. I think it
I mean,
was
there's
great
still
to
a
drive
lot of
around.
there's still a lot
There was
of
there was
air-cooled, but
probably like a dozen air cooleds, which was cool. But you know, that was a great weekend. The weather was great.
Yep.
You know, I'd like to bring the Rabbit this year.
yeah, gonna fix
You know.
those brakes.
You don't like those brakes, huh?
Those
No, I know.
brakes will kill you.
I know. I got to send the booster out and get it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just send it
So
out.
there's a remanufacturer for the,
Oh, okay.
for the booster. You can actually send the brake booster out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I'll get that done.
Yeah.
Also, the steering column bearing, I have it sitting on the bench. I got to put that in because it's like vibrating through the whole column. Like,
Oh, okay.
You know, so
Make
yeah,
sure you-
it would have been a pretty brutal ride for Al.
Make sure you put that steering column in clock the right way.
Yeah. No, but me and Al were. I wanted Al to drive. I wanted him to drive it with me, but he was like, I don't know. This thing's.
I
kinda
drove it
sketchy."
around the building at work. I drove it from the back to the front, and as soon as I hit the brakes the second time, it was just like nothing.
It's a diesel, so it's like.
Well, yeah.
there's no power.
The only time I've seen you drive it is when we were at your house last summer when
Because
you had
the
the big
brakes
hookup.
don't work.
I
And Dan's pulling it out.
drove it. I drove it almost daily. Drove it to work last.
You drove it.
summer.
There's a few times you put it on your story, and you drove.
I was driving it like every day back and forth
Yep.
to work during the summer. I mean, between that and the 68 Squareback, it was a toss up.
I mean, this is going back to Dan having a junkyard and
Yeah.
loving sketchy
Hey,
cars. So
most of the cars
Oh.
are decent. You
They're-
know,
half
they're
the
not
cars-
all trash.
half of them either don't run or aren't registered.
That's not true.
It's fine,
There's 25% of them don't run. Don't attack me.
but that's different when you have 30 cars.
I said this to Kim the other day. I said The ones that don't run don't have engines in them.
This is
So,
true.
Hey, you know what I
mean,
mean?
that's a good metric.
Yeah. Because they're either getting
You also
swapped or-
oversold that other RS4 that you have because it's missing a little bit more than just the engine.
Oh yeah, no, it has no brakes.
Yeah, they took all the good parts out
They
of it.
they stripped the carbon trim. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, that's kind of an expensive item.
Yeah, to replace that.
But I also don't really care. I'm like, I'm just gonna put
Can
like
you just get
brushed
that out of a
aluminum or-
regular S4? Yeah.
You can get most
Yeah.
of the stuff. Yeah, and we just picked up a set of RS4 or S4 Recaros for. Oh, but it does have the RS4 seats, so I haven't seen it in a while. It's buried.
Yeah.
that back right corner of the garage.
I'm like, do I need seats for that too? I can't even remember. No, it has those white seats,
Yeah.
which are pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, the white on blue.
the white on blue
Yeah,
is cool.
that'll
Yeah.
look
Sprint blue. It was way before like you could get RS4s affordably. I remember I was like looking. This was like pre-COVID, and I was like, I wanted an RS4, but I didn't want to spend RS4 money. And I was like, I really want a VR6 turbo, so that's why I bought that car. And then I bought all the VR6 turbo swap parts, or 90% of them, from a guy in Canada.
Yep.
Who had swapped a wagon that was insane.
Was that originally for Alec, those parts?
No.
They
No,
weren't.
Alec was he was doing a VR6 turbo swap, but then he just like got obsessed with 5 cylinders and then started going down the road of
Yeah.
07K swapping. Now I think he owns he just messaged me the other day. I think he owns 5 wagons now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, two, maybe 3 B6s.
Yep.
One's like a daily driver 180, and I think he has the 07K swapped one, which is like still under construction. He has an S2 Avant. He's got a B5
What,
Sprint Blue.
You probably
or,
don't know because
Nagaro
you're not
Blue.
a Honda kid, but K24, K20, do you have any idea?
Yeah, those were like the hot swaps.
Yeah,
he has, he has a
but-
K swap.
Yeah, right? That's what you said, K-swap?
No,
Oh.
he's not doing a hot.
No,
Oh.
no. You said a.
You said a K-swap.
K swap.
Yeah, I swear you
Which
said
with the
K-swap.
B6?
Yeah.
No,
No, you said an 07K.
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 5 cylinder.
My bad.
Yeah,
Five
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's a
I
5.
thought
cylinder from
07 was the
from
year.
Mark V.
and then-
He's like a
Yeah,
true
yeah.
Audi tradition guy. He likes, the S2. He's got
Okay.
an Audi S2.
I
He's
didn't.
got
I
the
couldn't see him doing
B5
a
S4.
K-swap.
I don't know if he has made any progress on that.
Yeah.
But we should have him on the podcast. He could tell you all about.
Oh,
wagons.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
as
he
as
could.
a shameless plug, you guys aren't gonna have to listen to just the 3 of us rant
No.
and rave
Yes.
about random stuff.
No,
the
goal is the goal
Interview
is to
other
have a guest basically every week. So,
And you had said not necessarily specifically car people.
no, it
we
doesn't
can,
have to be like
know,
the root
Tattoo
of it.
artists.
Yep.
And, anybody who's.
They're into cars, but
kinda
they're
likes
not
cars.
necessarily here for cars.
We're hoping that Nazir Jones will come on the podcast at some point.
Yeah,
Or
high
maybe
hopes.
AZ and I don't know who else did you say? Like Beanie
the-
Siegel.
No, I
Who are we
forget.
seeing?
Oh, we're seeing Method Man, Redman,
Yes,
the Locks, and State Property at the end of
State
May.
Property, but who was it?
Beanie Siegel. It was Beanie Siegel.
Is that the one you guys put in the group chat the
Yeah.
other
It's
day?
like
that
May
we were talking about
30th.
Going? Yeah.
It's
Yep.
in it's the Aganis.
Yeah,
Oh,
Again,
Worcester.
Yep, it's not Worcester. It's
Boston.
the Aganis Arena.
Yeah. I feel like I've been there, but
I definitely have not. I've not done a lot of concerts, and can't find it. But yeah, it was. I think it was Petey Crack, maybe Freeway, and Beanie Siegel.
Nice.
That's who I'm excited to see. But yeah,
we know. So I've said this a million times to people who are big into Mark IIs, and I'm sure Mark II people know this. That Q-Tip,
Q-Tip. That was the other
the
name I was
rapper,
looking for.
is huge into Mark IIs. They did a spread in Rides magazine, and he had like 3 Mark IIs, maybe it was 2, but they were on like Porsche wheels, like dumped to the ground, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. I actually tried to dig up the article, and they got bought by like some other company. It's not even a print magazine anymore. I don't even think they're around.
Yeah.
So we'll have to maybe we can find it somehow, but it was
I'm
pretty
sure it's on the internet somewhere.
cool. It's got to be.
But
Ethan might know.
Ethan definitely.
I think
he's,
he actually.
he's
I
trying
think
to-
I mentioned it to him, and he sent me a picture of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's
So
got a junkyard out back of his house.
He likes Mark II.
I bought a hatch off him a couple months back.
Yep.
I needed a spare hatch so I could do a swap, have 2 different style hatches in the back of my Mark II.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes. But where were we? Talking about junkyard cars.
Did our intros.
We did the intros.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a rough draft.
Yeah,
but
no,
Yeah,
this
we're
is-
probably
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
edit it.
Yeah.
No, this is just getting sent out the
Yeah,
way it goes.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dan's RS4.
I mean, I guess let's have each of us round out with a random question for the group,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
we'll end it out with that.
Yeah, that works.
I got something else after that, but yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Who wants to open?
You go
I
for
can
it.
open.
Your idea.
All right. Dan.
Yes.
Al.
Oh.
Outside of your random stall of vehicles, we all know that we're primarily in that VW Audi realm for the most part. There's one random oddball car. It can be new, it can be old, it doesn't matter. What would you want to have in your garage as a random?
I've always wanted an E30 M3. It's like just one of those cars. I almost bought one in 2001. It was like $11,000. And just, I was 22, 23 years old and just couldn't figure out how to get it. But that would be the car. I don't know. New car, I would not mind a brand new M2 comp.
Yeah. So there we go. I like this. Old car and new car.
Okay. This is a tough one. I would need.
I know,
need
because
some time to prep.
you have a one-track mind when it comes to
No.
vehicles.
The first car that I thought of when you asked, I was thinking the De Tomaso Pantera. Because it's just such a unique car, and it was, just badass, and just to have that in your garage, just like start it up, and it just sounds like a crazy V8, But I think a newer car, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I could have a newer, brand new car, it's going to be a Porsche.
I was thinking you were going to say
Probably
RS6.
GT3 Huh?
Yeah.
RS6 Avant.
Yeah.
RS6
I was gonna
Avant.
say you're in the family.
You
though.
know, I like the RS6 Avant. I do. But I don't know. I honestly, I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
I don't really think outside of cars that are attainable because I'm like, okay,
Well, it can be totally attainable. Like for
Yeah.
me, like Al, right? Like older car,
yeah,
I would love an E39 M5.
Yeah.
those are great.
Like
And
you
they're
can
not-
get those
they're-
sub 25K,
Yeah.
right? Like so, like something like that, totally attainable. Definitely in my wheelhouse.
I would,
mean,
I would love an E39.
Yeah,
M5.
like I think,
Yeah.
like I think both of you guys know that for my project car, whether it be this year or the following year, like I'm looking at picking up an R129 SL500,
Hell
just
yeah.
because like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just like iconic 90s.
Drug dealer, rapper.
Yeah. Like you don't need nothing. You don't need anything but like a set of coilovers and a set of like 2-piece deep dish AMG wheels on it,
And two
it's-
15s in the trunk.
Yeah, exactly, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
But like new car wise, like if I was gonna like branch out, it's harder to say because like my first thought, like what did I send in the group chat the other day? Like the new RS6 or no, the RS5 Avant.
Yeah.
Like right, like something like that. Super cool.
Yeah.
Like new Mercedes, new BMWs don't really do anything for me. I mean, I think from a mindset, like the new M340s are great cars, and like I wouldn't necessarily mind having an M340. Like I think that would be a great vehicle to have. But I mean, outside of that, like I think I tend to gravitate towards like if you're outside of the VW Audi realm, I tend to gravitate to the older stuff, like those E39 M5s. Like I don't,
E30
I don't remember the model designation, but like like 03, 04, 05, E55 AMGs, E63 wagons, like stuff like that. Definitely gravitate towards that stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny. I actually thought that I would be more into Mercedes and BMWs. Like when I first started out in the industry,
Yeah.
I worked on all Euros, but I think it just got so easy to like, you buy the tools, you buy the specific parts and tools and everything, and then
Yeah.
it kind of funnels you into I wouldn't say the blinders, but it's just easier to make money off the cars.
Admit it, it's the blinders, because it's the same thing for me every time I go and buy a new car. I'm like, oh, look at all these great options on the market. Fuck, I'm buying another Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's the community that sucked us in too. Maybe it's the VW Vortex days and all that stuff, because we hope that it's you want to keep that alive.
Yeah, you have a level of nostalgia with it too, and you know what you're buying.
Think about it. How many is the BMW community like real tight?
Probably. I mean, the old,
I don't know,
with the old DTM Power forums.
Yeah,
they were kind of like that, but
yeah, but it's probably the same, right? You probably had like the E46, the E90s, like you probably had that certain following, and then once you got into like the G bodies and stuff like that, or the F body, like I think the F still had a fairly decent followings. It was really just the evolution of like the E90s. What is the F?
Essentially,
the F30s.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
F05, F10,
yeah,
F01, F02. Yeah.
But I mean, once you get into the newer stuff, I mean, I feel like it's the same thing. Like they're great. Like like you were mentioning, what was it, a couple weekends ago? You did suspension on a 01 M340.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like stuff like that. Like they're great cars. Like you can literally buy it. They're built like a brick shit house. You can do a tune and a few simple mods, and you have a 500 horsepower sedan.
Yeah, he has a thing.
What year was that?
Like the newer ones, like 01. Okay. Yeah, like 01 on.
No, his was 14.
Okay.
So it's like
really?
2000,
it was
2000.
So those are the F.
It went from 6 to I think 12.
You meant 21 on?
Yeah, I thought it was a 2021.
No.
Okay, because you said 01.
So
and I'm thinking.
Did I say 01?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
you said it like 3
that's not
times.
new. That's 25 years old.
But like so.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love E46s.
Yes.
Those never did anything for me.
Really?
Yeah. It's
E46
probably,
M3 is a great driver.
That's probably a like just
great looking car.
See, call me the underdog. I'd take a ZHP.
Yeah,
I take a ZHP over.
Does
over
Andrew
M3.
still have?
Andrew still has.
Yes.
His
Yeah,
ZHP.
he ain't getting rid of that.
No,
that thing's clean.
No.
He did all the rust work and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for a side plug, we'll probably have Andrew on the show at some point.
Yeah, we definitely could.
He still got his
deep.
He still has his E30. Yeah. He has his ZHP, which has I think over 200,000 miles on this point, and he still brings it to like autocross events and stuff like that.
Yeah, he could go deep into the BMW.
But we'll probably talk about bicycles more. And
I mean, we could talk about
a
bicycles.
shit ton of bikes too.
Yeah. You guys will hear me be quiet about that. I'm not a.
We need to.
I'm not a pedally do bike.
Come on, dude.
Person.
You're on the 3 Pedal podcast. No, but to answer your question, because I thought about it for a little bit while you were talking, I don't like new cars. I think it's because I work on new cars, and I've like realized that new cars are just not built to the same quality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So like when I think of new cars, I'm like, nah.
But like, but let's be real, because it's frustrating. I mean,
it is frustrating.
Think about when we did the suspension on the GLI, right? You do the driver's side suspension in the rear, super easy.
Yeah.
What is it? 3 bolts, and you drop the spring out. You put the shock back in.
Yep.
You get over to the passenger side. What's the first thing you have to do?
Take the charcoal canister out.
Take the charcoal canister out.
That's not a big deal.
And
but...
then, but then it's like the simple stuff too, like headlight sensors, like all that stuff. Like even back in the day, going from my GLI to my CC when I was swapping the air suspension over. What's the first thing I did on my CC with a whole whopping 400 miles on it?
Air suspension.
I broke both of the rear headlight.
Really?
I broke
both of
my
the
Golf R.
Yeah. And then I hacked that shit, put some super glue on it, and they were good to go, and they lasted. But
I ran a T20. I ran a T20 through the head of it right into.
Yeah, but it's just like the evolution of all that stuff. Now it's like the garbage when you lower a vehicle too much or lift it too much. You got to deal with all the recalibration of like the ADAS sensors and all that stuff. And it's like
that stuff is pretty.
There's
pretty serious.
You guys know me. I'm a self-proclaimed bougie bitch. I love my new cars. I want my ass to be AC'd. I want my hands warm on my heated steering wheel. But like at the same time, you can't beat the feel and just working on an older car because it's so much more simplistic.
Yeah.
It's so much more enjoyable to drive from a connected standpoint of view.
Well, I see a GTI Mark 7. The newest one. Was it 8 now?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
8.5.
The newest one it's a sharp looking car.
I secretly still want a Mark 8 Golf R.
Okay, so I'm sitting next to it right near South Willow Street. And I look over and I had to do a double take. And I've worked on these cars, right? Like I've worked in them, I've worked under them, I've worked, they're fairly new, but I still do a fair amount of work on them. I look over and I'm like, there's a laptop on the dashboard.
Yeah.
But I had to double it's the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? It looks ridiculous.
It is the worst.
It's so bad.
Like, after having the Atlas and then having Shauna's Tiguan, they both had like whatever, like the 12.5 or 14-inch screen on the dash. And it's just like,
It's so big.
I don't want to go into the screen
to change
to
your climate.
change my climate
Yes,
or
yes.
like something like that. Like that's where it's like I still love the GLI because yeah, you've got the touchscreen, you've got the digital dash, but you still have physical climate
Buttons.
controls.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
when
mean,
the,
no, it's the stupid haptic touch stuff.
Yeah,
which
but
is
still.
its own annoyance. But it's like even stupid things like going off topic, VW Audi. I've got that CX-5 for my company car.
Yep.
I love it. I've got analog gauges. I
Yeah.
still have buttons for the climate control. I mean, yeah, I've got a stupid little like BMW iDrive type thing
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
control the radio and stuff like that. But it's like you get all the modern stuff, but you still have like a little bit of an old school
Yeah.
feel to it,
Yeah.
which is like is lacking so much. And that was the biggest thing I hated about my Volvos that I had because I had the newer one. I had a 21 and I had a 23, and I hated both of them solely for the fact that like I just wanted a physical control to do
Right.
something.
Well, what's in good news, at least on the Audi and VW side, at least they've said that they're going to kind of do away with all of the
They're going to
touch
go
buttons.
back.
I hope
Yeah.
They're going back to more knobs because there were people very upset about the RS models and the S models and stuff like that were kind of feeling really cheap inside.
Yeah.
And you pay that much money, and then there was really no model designation differences, between like an RS or an S. They were using the same badging and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And that was like you're spending so much more money for the RS or
Yeah,
whatever.
But a lot of the cars that are getting rants and raves right now are the cars that have gone back
to knobs.
to knobs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, Toyota is historically in terms of technology like behind in terms of things, but like the new 4Runners and Tacomas, they have chunky knobs
Really?
for everything, and people love it.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I'm like, damn, give me a freaking knob to just
People want to touch things,
Yeah, I don't want to touch a
Yeah.
screen. I do that
Right.
all day
Exactly.
at work on my phone. Like I'm touching touchscreens all day.
Our customer
I want
base,
actual knobs.
the
Right.
mini customer base, they're saying like the average, their age is like 55. And the screen is in the center and it's just round screen. It's probably 12 inches and there's no buttons anywhere. None of our customers know how to use it. Not one. They have to have a sales guy go out and show them where everything is. And half of them don't know where it is. It's crazy.
Is the climate control
The
through?
climate control, the heated
So,
seats,
do
the
you
heated
guys have
steering wheel.
issues with the infotainment? Because on the Atlases sometimes, not to bash any of the
Yeah.
new cars, because they are relatively good cars, but we had issues where the infotainment, the 5F modules, which is like the infotainment, would fail,
Yep.
and then you couldn't you couldn't turn the heat on.
Oh, wow.
It was like, it was ridiculous. It's like, that's why you don't do that. You put that in a separate, you
actual-
have
Yeah.
an actual climatronic module
Yep.
or whatever.
You keep it all separate, not
It's-
because when
yeah.
one thing dies, that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, people want to.
We're
That's and that's the reason I don't like. new
having a
cars.
lot of Apple CarPlay issues.
Yep. Yeah, we've
Where
always had
their
those.
phones won't connect.
Well,
or
the
they
problem with
will.
half of that stuff is like Apple constantly updates their
Updating,
phone. I
yeah.
just ran into it the other day. So I haven't driven the GLI in probably a month.
Yep.
And I took it out for a spin the other day. Wireless CarPlay. First thing that happened, it drops.
Yep.
It's still working. I'm still listening to music. My screen goes black.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, maybe it's just the GLI being, temperamental or whatever. I get in Shauna's car to bring the boys to daycare the other day. Same thing happens.
Jeez.
Screen goes black. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I end up updating my phone again to like the latest whatever patch it is. And now it works.
Yep.
But it's like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. That's the new technology. We have a drawer with envelopes, right, with SD cards for
Okay.
updates. I mean,
Oh.
we've probably got 20 of them in there for all the models, like just because they're constantly coming out with new updates. So we have to bring the car in. My car is doing this, and it's I'm losing my CarPlay, and it's like, oh, yep, there's a software update.
Well, that's
There's
also
a
the problem
software
with
update
newer cars. Every problem is blamed
on software
on
updates.
software.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, well you're burning oil. Software update.
Yeah.
It's
No,
amazing what
it's-
they've fixed. So Tesla actually they knocked the Teslas really bad. I think it was Car and Driver. They had a really, really bad stopping distance.
Oh wow.
I don't remember
Yeah, yeah.
specifics, but I guess it was really bad. They did a software update overnight, which is crazy. the infrastructure that Tesla has compared to some manufacturers when it comes to software and their electronics and stuff like that overnight. So nobody really knew that their car was being updated. It reduced the stopping distance. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it was like 20 or 30 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
One software update. So probably isn't going to fix burning oil, but
No.
but yeah, pretty amazing sometimes.
Well, if you have a B-cycle Tiguan, it will.
Oh, software up your. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It'll fix the head gasket
yeah,
issues.
just come to me. I can take care of that for you.
Head gasket issues. On
Yeah,
all
if your long wheelbase Tiguan is burning oil, come see me.
Don't waste your time. Just put 530 in it and you'll be fine.
It might help. Yeah.
So what's your favorite wheel?
All right, so if I'm going to be biased a little bit, probably because I had a set of them, on my GLI, the BBS Impulse that I had
I knew that's where you were
was probably one of my all-time favorite wheels that I've ever owned personally. Cleaner, less complex, if you will, probably newer wheel wise. Like, you know, when you see like an Audi wagon or a Volkswagen wagon or even just a newer car in general with decent fitment. I mean, if you have a set of CHs or like CHRs on it or something like that, like you can't, to me, it's just a timeless, classy, you don't look like a schmuck driving around in that. Like someone would look at you and be like, that's a man that has taste. That's,
CHRs are amazing.
That's where I'm gonna go. I don't want to be the stereotypical like Euro guy that's like, oh, BBSs. But at the same time, it's like
there's a reason
those
we all
are
go
some
back
good
to
looking
it.
wheels. But I mean, if you break away a little bit though, I mean, like if you go to some like JDM wheels, like you know, like Volk CE28s, like stuff like that. I would say I'm probably a big fan. What's the wheel I'm thinking of? You might have to come back to me on this. Al's searching for wheels right now.
I just remembered. I was literally searching it. There's a wheel I wanted to bring up, and I couldn't. I was gonna bring up those and TSW Hockenheims.
Yes, yeah, those are great.
They're like a good
another like
Mark II, Mark III wheel.
Another solid looking wheel for sure.
Yeah, I have a set of TSW Emolas in the basement.
Yeah. I mean, also like for me, like you can't ever be like a set of like Ultra Ligeras or something like that.
Yeah.
If you've got the right car, I mean, those always look good, especially when you get into bigger sizes of those. Like when you start looking at like, you know, the 18s, 19s, 20s of those. I think they make them in 20s. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But also like RPF ones. Like that's another timeless wheel. Although I think they look better in smaller sizes than they do the bigger ones. But
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say because I put BBSs on all of my cars. But here's the thing: I think I don't have like a favorite wheel. I think the CHs are unbelievable. Yeah. The CKs, like I like all of the really nice.
That's the thing. I don't have like a specific wheel.
Yeah, neither do I. Like there's so many. That's the issue, especially with. I mean, everybody copies each other now anyway.
Right.
But I mean, there are so many good-looking wheels on the market in general.
Right. I mean, but I think like the thing that I really like, and I think that people nail it too, is when they take the design of a car, right, and they look at what the engineers and the designer was going for, and then they just accentuate it with a wheel. You know what I mean? Like, so there was this kid that did a Beetle, like a new Beetle. Right?
Okay.
Like the newer Beetle. I think it was a newer Beetle. It might have been the new Beetle. I don't remember specifically, but I remember I saw it on Instagram. The kid took the stock wheels, which were nothing crazy fancy, and just 3-piece converted them. Mm-hmm. And the fitment was perfect, and the car wasn't crazy over the top. It just looked so good. So for me, like I always try to like think, okay, outside of the box, like what would I? So for on the RS4, I was like, speed lines are like a factory BBS Audi wheel. So I had those sent out to Sensei 6 in California, and they stepped it up to a 19 by 10. It was originally a 17 by 7.5.
Oh wow!
So step lip. It was a nightmare to get these to fit over the 8-piston front calipers. But if somebody saw my car, like they wouldn't be like, holy shit, crazy wheels. Because it almost looks like they might be factory. But they're like, just a little fancier.
The cool thing about BBS though is like, think of some of like the OEM wheels, right? like
The Gaudis.
the Gaudis, but like
Gaudis were a
also
great
some of the
wheel.
stuff that came.
Was
I-
that was BBS, right? BBS.
Yeah,
Gaudi?
why can't I think of the
Yeah.
wheel? It
No,
was like,
they were.
I thought BBS was.
no, Gaudis weren't they OZs?
No, I'm pretty sure they're BBS. I could be wrong on that. Because I feel
Are they
like they had a little
Ronalds?
BBS.
I'm just gonna start naming all the
I
names.
know,
at this
I
point.
know, I
They
know.
got to be Gaudis. They got to be.
I don't
Because
think.
I feel like. Because they were a factory Mark
Yeah.
III wheel, right?
No, they
No.
came on Corvettes. C3s.
Yeah, they were. That's the. It's another one of those.
Oh,
Blending
you know what I'm
of
thinking
the,
of? No, but wasn't there a Gaudi that was the Mark III? All right, I gotta look this up now. Maybe I'm a liar. Anyways,
Yeah. French manufacturer.
maybe I've seen them
wheels,
on so many Mark
BMW
IIIs.
fitment. Yeah, that's. I don't think they're.
You know what? I'm thinking about a different wheel, and I just thought it was Gaudis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Gaudis are the 5-spoke.
Yeah. Those are great wheels
Yeah.
too.
No,
No-
they are.
another favorite of mine though is the BBS RS2s.
RS2s are amazing.
RS2s are awesome. I'm trying to think. It might have been a speed
I
line.
still got a pair in the basement.
It might have been a speedline wheel, but I think it was on. I want to say it was maybe C6 A6s. It was like a multi-spoke 2-piece wheel. There wasn't a lip on it from the factory because I think they were only like 18 by 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But just kind of, if I remember the name, I'll come back to it
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point. But just stuff like that. But you know, to Dan, to build your point, like
Oh.
companies that build wheels based off of like vehicle styling characteristics and
Yes.
stuff like that, like Saab's 3-piece wheels.
Yes.
Aftermarket Saab company Hirsch, or maybe that's not the right way to pronounce it, but
Yeah.
they made like deep dish double 3-spoke wheels for a lot of like the 9.5s and stuff like that.
Yep.
They made directional ones as well, and like that's the type of stuff that I always am like,
Yeah. And people are really pushing the envelope nowadays too with like, you know, cutting the faces
Oh,
out
yeah.
of, you know.
You
and
could
it's-
literally. I've seen somebody do it with a pair of Pontiac Fiero
Yeah.
wheels.
Yep.
They just
Those
cut-
like twisty kind of like directional. where they, like,
I think so. I forget
Yeah.
what they were, but they cut the faces out, make them 3-piece.
So I found a little snippet here. It says Gaudi was a prominent French manufacturer founded around 1963, specializing in high performance 2 and 3-piece alloy wheels for racing and luxury cars. I know they were on Porsches, Alpine models during the 1970s and 80s, and the company was acquired by Renault
That's
in
yeah,
1986.
that's what it was.
But yeah, I'm thinking of a different wheel. It was like a more rounded spoke on the Mark IIIs.
Okay.
They were BBS wheels. I just
so
forget what they
these
were.
were the OEM Audi wheels I was thinking of. So obviously you guys can't see
Are
this, but
those
I think they're just called BBS speed lines.
Those are the speed lines.
Yeah,
those are the ones
that's
that-
what I built.
So
for the
like,
RS4.
yeah, those
Yeah,
are like
the great looking
timeless wheel.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
absolutely.
if they were 17 and 18 and
they
19.
made them.
Like
They made
they're-
them in 20s and I believe 21s too.
Oh,
They're
wow.
really.
I was
hard
gonna
to
say those
find.
were on like the Euro Q7s. Like if you
Q7s,
got like
yeah.
if you got like the W12 or
yeah,
like something
the
like that,
W12 or like they made like I think they did the V10 TDI.
Yeah.
in those too. It was like crazy stuff. But yeah, we always get hosed when it comes to options and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we get
when it comes
hosed
to
for everything
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we were talking about wagons today. We're like, you know, like why?
I know.
And you know what I was thinking? I know North America, like New England region, wagons are pretty popular. But is it that like when manufacturers who even makes wagons really? I mean, Volvo, do they even
But even at that, I think Volvo's stopping wagon production.
do they not sell well? Is that the
The
problem?
problem is it's not necessarily because like this is the thing where like I'm probably sympathetic when it comes to like being an auto manufacturer. It's like there's a fine line between what an enthusiast wants. Like we all
Yeah.
want certain things. Like don't get me wrong, Shauna drives the Tiguan.
We're a small.
If they made a
percentage.
Tiguan R, I'd buy it in 3 seconds.
They do now.
Yeah, in Europe.
No, don't they?
Well, no, it's the R line. No, you're thinking of the SEL Turbo. No,
Yes.
all it is the Atlas Gen 5 engine that they shoved into a
they're,
Tiguan.
they're pushing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
like it's the Tiguan R.
Yeah, no. It's 268 horsepower.
Yeah,
It's not a
okay.
Tiguan R.
Yeah. They need turbos, by the way. We have like
Oh,
a
I
list
know.
of them.
I know. My coworker just got one in his company car, and I'm like, "Good luck, buddy."
Yeah.
But
There's gonna be a software update for that.
yeah,
I'm
but
sure.
no, but it's like that's the thing. It's like maybe you, me, and Al would buy a wagon, But if you talk to the majority of the market, what are they going to buy?
An
They're
SUV.
gonna they're gonna go to the small SUV
Right.
because seating position, you're higher
Yeah.
up, stuff like that. Because like even for me, like my 23 Volvo was a V60.
Families bought wagons 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I had a V60 cross country, and I bought it solely due to the fact that it was one of the only wagons left on the market.
Right.
But at the same time, like they almost catered it to an SUV driver. It was soft, it was cushy, like it didn't matter what I had done to it. Like it had the Polestar tune on it, but it still didn't do anything for it. Like it was still the soft, cushy wagon. It looked great, and it wasn't an XC60 or an XC90, but like it was still its thing. But like, you know, I go back, like even today, I have the GLI because in my opinion, value for money in terms of a new car. That's a lot of performance that you're getting for, you know, sub 35K. But, you know, if they still made the all-track, my all-track was my favorite vehicle, hands down. Take away GLIs, Golf Rs, CC, whatever the hell else I've owned across my portfolio of vehicles. But, like, my all-track was my favorite car I have ever owned.
Yeah.
And I'm still sore about the fact that I cannot go into a dealership and buy one today.
Yeah. There's one for sale. Kim sent it to me. It's that Goff's Falls green with the Marrakesh brown
Great
interior.
Falls green
It's
on
literally
Marrakesh.
at like, I think it's at KRG.
Okay,
locally.
out in Goffstown.
I know. But it came in, I think we like maybe there was a recall on it or something. But Kim sent it to me and I'm like, yeah, I know that car because we were just talking about it at work. We're like, that's such a good combo. Like that's a bring a trailer car if it's taken care of.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because the color combination.
Because the color combination is amazing. But yeah, I mean, I guess manufacturers have to do what makes sense for sales.
Exactly.
And
it's all about sales.
So
and
buy more wagons, people.
absolutely.
You know,
BMW started they got the M5 wagon.
That's
they
awesome.
finally brought it here.
yeah, and Audi with
Yeah,
the
but-
RS6, but it's
but
so
we-
expensive.
But we need them for the peasants.
yeah,
Yeah.
we need
I
some.
know.
None of us are dropping
I need a base
125K
model
on
3
a-
Series rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
But I mean, all things considered, even back in the day, though, like you go back to 2018, because like my all-track was an SEL. I mean, it's stickered at like 37.9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was an expensive
the
car.
all-track.
Yeah.
Oh wow, just because it has all-wheel drive and
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean,
else
granted,
they
it
throw
had
at
it was an SEL, so it had
Yeah.
every conceivable option that they shoved on an
the
all-track.
whole like panoramic sunroof.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but outside of that, like, that thing was great. I mean,
I know, it was a
you
great
did the
car.
work on it.
Yeah.
Like, it had the
Thing
Bilstein
was great.
V8s,
Yeah.
H&Rs, 034 rear sway bar. I mean,
was that
thing,
the one we did like the tuner module in?
Yeah, yeah,
it
it had
was.
the new speed
And it
power
was not
module in
great.
it and stuff like. It was better on that,
Then
but
the
I
Tig
took it
one.
out and put it in Shauna's Tiguan.
Yes,
And it was like
It was awful.
It was awful. It was
Oh, really?
pausing and stuttering and
Wasn't made for
it was basically VTEC. You would have nothing, and then you'd hit like 4,000 RPM, and the thing would all of a sudden be like, "Oh, boost!"
I mean,
and just like, lurch forward.
it's better than voiding the warranty.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Not that I would have voided your warranty because I would have, I would have worked.
yeah.
it,
You
but
can't do anything about those
Sometimes,
TD flags. Though.
yeah, those TD1 flags
those
are
TD1
tough.
flags, you can't do anything.
You scan the car and it's just like boop.
Yeah.
But
I started seeing them on the minis with like hardware flashes.
Yep.
It comes up. It's like, hey,
right,
this thing's
like when you
modified.
scan it,
Yeah.
pops it.
I don't know what it does after the fact,
Yeah.
but
forget it
pops
now.
up.
You can't even get into new cars. Whatever the new encryption is with, I
Yeah,
don't
the
know if I don't know
tunes
if it's
are-
across
yeah.
all manufacturers, but what is it, SFD2 or whatever it is?
Yep.
Like if I were to go get the GLI tuned because they have tunes for it, I would have to come see you first, have you unlock the ECU, and then it only lasts for like 30 minutes or something like that before it locks back up.
So you'd have
So
to fly to
I
wherever.
literally have to
yeah.
fly wherever, and like I would go out to the seacoast to go see, Pete and Nick, and it's like I couldn't do that, so I'd have to find someone local to do it, and even at that, they'd have to literally be like it'd be like a pit stop with a
Right.
with an OBD
Right.
scanner to try to get it into.
Did you ever
to
get
work.
the GTI?
No, that's springtime.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
have a new ECM for it?
I have the ECM that thinks it's an automatic,
Okay.
so I got to bring it to you, and we got to try
Oh,
to.
right.
We do,
Yeah.
literally, I think all I have to do is
Just recode it.
recode it so it
Yeah.
thinks it's a manual, and everything will be
Yeah.
good.
I did one today on an EOS, and some guy, it was like a body shop. They brought 3 instrument clusters in, and the original cluster was bad, but it was like 113,000 miles. So I went to code a used cluster, and it basically spits out this like thing that you have to email to Germany.
Okay.
In Germany, you have to email them and say, we're trying to code this, whatever. And they basically give you, they get back to you within 48 hours, and they give you a printout, and it basically says, let the customer know that there's like no, this is a liability. We're not taking any liability for this because this is a used part. And then it gets flagged in Volkswagen system as a salvage vehicle.
Oh, wow.
Not like the insurance company.
Yeah.
But when anybody enters that VIN into the Volkswagen database, it's basically saying it's salvage. So I programmed it today, went through no problem. The car has 53,000 on it now.
Versus what? What did it have?
It was 113.
Yeah, that's not like
Wait,
a little.
so you can't change the mileage?
I have to call
modules?
Volkswagen Tech Assistance and see if they can, but I think they're going to be like, no, you need to put a new cluster in it. Maybe not. They might have some backdoor way of doing it, but that's what I'm worried about on your GTI ECM. But I think the coding.
But it's not the cluster, so it's just an ECU.
No, we'll see. I mean, we'll figure it out.
They coded it.
Yep.
So everything's there where it's supposed to
Yeah.
be. It's immobilized and feeded, but
Yep.
it just
cool.
It
All
just needs to say it's a manual,
Right.
Because I have to put my foot on the clutch and the brake in order to start it, and sometimes
Yeah,
it doesn't start.
We'll be able to get that.
Yeah, and then now that there's no more state inspection,
Yep.
I just can reflash it to KO4 and I'm good. I never have
go.
to touch it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's the goal.
Are you gonna sell it, you think?
No, I think it's I talked about it. I think it's gonna be that car that I just keep driving.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought it off of,
those are great cars.
I bought it off of Jordan almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I put maybe 8,000 miles on it.
Yep.
I don't drive much, and I've been driving her BMW, the M240,
Yeah.
just because the other car. But yeah, I have no reason to get rid of it, and at this point I think I just want to buy
And
old,
it's a manual.
old shit boxes, and it's a
it's
manual.
fun to drive.
But when I got in it after, like the first week I bought it, I was like, I fucked up, and I should have never sold my Golf R.
Yeah, because that all-wheel drive is
I was just like driving it. It's literally the same car, but it's not. And I was like, I should have kept.
Plus, did you have a KO4 in the Golf R?
Yeah, because that's what it comes with.
Yeah, so similar power
Yeah.
probably, and
It's just all-wheel drive.
and on Jordans you have the 19 or
Nine,
now
I
your
had,
car it's 19-inch, and
I
I
had
think we
nine-
did 225 35
something like that.
19s,
I
which
took the wheels
was
off.
the biggest tire that we could get on that to give it some width.
Some
you
type
know?
of meat.
225 was the max we could stuff on.
Well,
that
yeah,
thing.
especially if you're lowered.
It was low. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you if
Oh,
you
it's
raise,
still-
but those coilovers are
The
like
coilovers are smoked.
yeah, I was gonna say those are like STs from maybe like
I literally, I'm
6
driving
years,
it first
7,
month
8
in.
years ago.
You hit like a bump and you hear the clunk, and I was like, that thing is smoked.
yeah.
So I need realistically, I need new coilovers. The tires were smoked when I took them off in the winter, so I dismounted them so I could store the wheels easier.
Yep.
But I need to buy new tires. I need to get new coilovers, and then just drive it.
Coilovers just still brings me back to the Vortex days.
Yeah.
Slam it on FKs.
Yep. I'd probably end up putting a set of BCs in it or something. I don't know.
Honestly, for the money, I feel
I-
like that's like the best
And I
coilover on
I
the
get a
market right now.
discount on them, so it's like
You do?
I don't know. Yeah,
If I get the SL
Yeah.
500, then I know,
I mean, he
I
can.
know who I'm
I
calling.
can do it. He can do it. We both have the same discount through.
I wasn't listening. What?
Fucking zoned out.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you, why did you name it the 3-Pedal Podcast?
I was
'Cause
just
you
trying.
came up with it.
I
so.
did, and I
Just
was.
because we're 3 people and we like manuals.
I literally was trying to come up with names for probably weeks, and I was on Chat GTP, just
GPT,
GTP. I'm like, what are you talking about? Pontiac?
PCV, PVC.
Yeah, but I was literally just typing stuff in, and not even for names, but trying to find more stuff and what I need. And then I started working on names, and then I started trying to come up with like logo designs, and I was jumping back and forth, and I came across 3 Pedals and did a little bit of research, make sure there's really nothing else out there, and ran it by you guys, and you guys are actually more into it than I thought you'd be, and Yeah, and it stuck.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if there was some.
No, there
underlying
wasn't. But I
philosophy
mean,
or
there's.
something.
I mean, like you said, there's manuals. Nobody's driving manuals anymore. Like the BMW.
I
M240.
wanted
It's
to
an
look
auto.
up. Do you want me to look up real quick what the percentage of new car that you? Or
Yeah,
available?
go
I'm,
for it,
I'm
'cause
pretty
there's
sure it's
not a
I'm pretty
lot.
sure it's under 3%.
I was gonna say.
But the problem is they also took manuals away from so many enthusiast
There's-
vehicles like the GTI,
yeah.
the Rs. Like
Minis.
you can't get
you can't get it in a Mini
Yeah.
anymore. They took away 2-doors.
I mean,
and
I'm biased because like don't get me wrong, like I'll be the first to admit my GLI is a DSG, but like
I don't
the,
mind
the
driving
7-speed DQT 250 is a fantastic transmission.
Yeah, you know
and,
what
like,
kills
I
me is when
wouldn't-
people say automatic about like
There's a bi-
sequential
there's a-
gearbox.
yeah.
Or, like
there's a big difference. Like don't get me wrong,
it's
like
a manual box.
Yeah,
it's just
the
autom-
eight,
I
yeah,
guess,
the
you know.
8 speeds in the newer Volkswagens are fine,
Oh,
but is
You're
it
not.
is it under 3%?
it's only about 4%
Alright.
of new cars sold come with a manual transmission.
But
think-
realistically,
and that is
what are
what's
your,
wrong
what are
with
your
the world.
options? I mean, you can still get an M3 with a manual.
yes, but I think it's not every like
Yeah, you have to get certain trim,
Submodel.
yeah, you
It's
have
a
to get
certain
certain
trim
trim
level.
levels. But like I think
You can
the-
order them.
Yeah.
So it says the percentage is higher, but it says actual percentages is
Of
probably
what people
closer
are
to
buying?
1 to 2%.
wow.
yeah, like you can't get in the GTIs. You can still get a GLI in a manual.
Okay.
You can, I mean, in a Elantra N, but who the hell's gonna buy those?
Are they I've heard they're fast though.
I mean, they are fast, but have you seen them?
Yeah.
You need to be blind to buy one.
I wouldn't, obviously.
No, that's definitely.
But I mean, like
manufacturer.
historically, back in the day, it's like even I mean, hell, even if you go back 5, 6, 7 years, I mean, what were your manual options? It was a Mini, it was a GTI. You know, yeah, they had the manual all tracks, but those were so few and far in
That was-
between because I
yeah.
was selling them at that time. Like you couldn't really find them.
I wonder what the top manufacturer is.
I would
like,
argue. I would argue
what
as a
manufacturer
Euro.
sells. I'd almost say it's
to-
probably Honda.
to this day.
Like what? Like 2025.
Yeah, but Honda
what
even cut it
manufacturer?
off because you can only get the only Hondas you can get manual now are the SI or the Type R.
What about a Fit? They still produce.
They don't
Fits?
make Fits anymore.
They don't.
No.
Okay.
Honda,
It is right.
according to Chat
Yeah.
GPT.
Hey.
It also says Subaru. And
Okay,
Toyota
I could
and
see
Oh
that.
Volkswagen.
yeah, because
Yeah.
WRXs you can still get.
Yeah.
The standard transmission is the
Yeah.
manual still. in
Porsche,
WRXs.
BMW, and Acura. So those are like brands we care about.
Which I'm shocked. I'm shocked Acura's on that list because it's only the Integra Type
I'd
S.
say yeah, it's probably that Type S.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. You can get. I think you can get a regular Integra. I think you can get an A spec with the 1.5 turbo and a 6-speed. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that. But
I don't know. Could you get the new Supras and stuff are like?
I think I don't.
you can only get the 2-liter.
I say
think.
it's
the
only the
Corolla?
four.
Yeah, I don't
cylinder.
think you can get the 3. Yeah, so the Corolla GRs.
Corolla, Yep.
That's a car. I'd get
Those
a.
are cool.
I'd get a GR Corolla.
Oh, I'd still get a Golf R.
I mean, I would, but I was literally last week. I was looking up 400Zs and Corolla GRs, and I was like, I wonder what I get a
Yeah,
used one for.
GR86, GR Corolla, and Supra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the GR86 is cool.
Yep. WRX and BRZ over 75
still
to
wish in the
85% of those cars sold with manuals.
I still wish in the GR they had such an opportunity with that car without the Subaru engine in it.
Yeah.
Are those engines trash? Like
It's
lot
just
of
it's a
Subaru engines.
naturally aspirated boxer. Like they're not bad. I think they've got what? I mean, when they first came out, I think they were only like 180, 190
Yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
horsepower.
around there.
The
I think they're
BRZ,
like-
is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
BRZ
my friend Scott has one, and he loves the car.
Is that the one that was stored in your garage? No, right?
No, that was another guy.
Yeah.
So people that have
That was a Toyota.
It's the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No,
love them,
no.
and they're still they're good track rats.
Yeah.
But like, I'm surprised Mazda's not on that list.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
they
was,
still-
I mean, this was just
Because you can still get. Because when I was
Quick
looking for my
search,
company
but-
car, I was like, if I'm not looking for something all-wheel drive, like,
Oh, yeah.
what could I potentially get that's a little bit more fun? I could have ordered a 3 hatchback
Okay.
with a manual.
Yep.
And then you've got the Miatas, which are still pretty. I mean, fairly hot sellers still.
Yeah. I mean, they look good.
I just wish they stopped making all the new cars look the same. Like, I know that's probably difficult, and like I said, it all goes back to what they can sell.
Yeah.
But for
Like the
an-
7 Series, the 5 Series, and 3 Series, they all look the same.
yeah.
BMW's got to
They're
get
just
rid of that
shrunk
big
down.
Well, the
grill.
new Audi RS, you were talking about the RS5
The
Avant
Avant, yeah.
or whatever. It kind of looks like a BMW.
They all do. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't help but look like even when I look at Shauna's Tiguan, like I personally, I know a lot of people don't. I personally like the new redesigned Tiguan's. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're a good looking car.
Me too.
But when I look at the back of it, I feel like I'm looking at a freaking Rogue,
Yeah.
and it almost kills me every time.
Do you know that RS5 Avant is like 5,000 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It's a plug-in hybrid setup that gets it.
Oh, that's what it is.
okay.
Yeah. What was it, like 600 horsepower or something?
Yeah, it's like 630.
It's
I think,
pretty
or something
cool.
like
I
that.
thought it
It's-
looked pretty nice, but like obviously I'm like,
Just stop at the screen. Why does the passenger need a screen?
like the screens go crazy now.
Like,
It's
why?
it's just like we used to do that, like in your car, you put TV screens
Oh.
in the headrest.
Oh,
but
you don't
like,
need to tell
dude,
me.
Okay, yeah, but I mean,
But not
come
the
on,
whole dash.
Come on, if we go back in the day and we're putting PS2s in cars
Yeah.
with like 415s in the trunk.
Don't give
and
me any
stuff
bad
like that.
ideas.
No, Al's already planning
I
for
have-
his Mark II.
Yeah, I have my old Alpine IVA D900, whatever, flip out screen, and I found 2 headrest TVs in the basement in a box.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to put those in the
that's gonna be awesome.
rear seat delete floor.
I'm excited for that car if
Well,
it ever gets.
boys, we're being a little optimistic here that people are going to listen to us
Yeah.
for an hour
No,
and
we're
20
gonna
minutes.
probably-
Hey, whatever.
But
Shit happens.
let's round out with one more question.
Okay.
I
Oh,
you what you
Yep.
got any? You got one?
Who do you think will be our first guest, or who do you guys have lined up? That
So
you think
I
that you'd
was
like to have?
after once we got recorded, I was gonna ask Shane
Yep.
and see if he
Mr.
wanted to come
Drift
on.
Master.
Yes, talk about drifting.
Yep.
Um, If he's not, if he can't next, because I'd obviously like to do it next weekend.
Yeah.
If he can't, I don't know. I mean, we could talk to Andrew.
Ryan,
Ryan, I'd have to.
touch base.
Yeah, I'd have to touch base with him. I can't like call him up out of the blue.
I'll
Yeah,
call him
but I
right
mean,
now.
we could
Yeah.
definitely get Andrew. Like, I think,
Yeah.
like if we're
Andrew,
talking like dealership land and like
Yeah,
current market
yeah.
state, like I think Devin would probably be a good person.
Devin,
to bring.
definitely.
Yeah, Devin would
Oh,
be
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
person to bring on.
for sure.
I'd like to get Simboli.
I definitely
on the
want to
f-
get some bowling.
Yeah, talking about like the importing business and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and kind of some of the stuff that
That
he
would be cool.
experienced and things like that with
Sean
that.
and Tim probably have to have
Sean
one
and Tim
on at
would
a
be,
time
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah, yeah.
because they got their shop. And
Well, so I think it's exciting because we can talk about enthusiast side of
Yeah, yeah.
cars, and then we can also talk about the industry side. Whether it's shops
yeah,
or
independent shops,
dealerships or just all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
and we'll get
so-
on random tangents. I mean, we've got hobbies outside of
Yeah.
vehicles
Yeah.
and things like that. Lives outside of it. So we've got stuff to talk
Oh, yeah.
about there. And
Yeah, we got a big Formula One season coming up too. Should be good.
Nice.
Audi and Cadillac.
Audi and Cadillac in the mix now.
So if you're not watching Formula One, you should be.
I know.
Mercedes with their illegal
should probably go over
engines
one of your
and
houses
pressure
and watch it.
ratios and
Because I don't watch it, but I do
It's
when I'm like over your
interesting,
house.
I don't know. I heard Max Verstappen said that it was
it's not
as
a
exciting.
driver series
Yeah.
anymore. It's
Kinda
more about
like-
battery management and whatnot. But
Oh.
I'm sure we'll probably
Formula E.
we'll probably have a whole episode to
They're
chat
making-
about that because we got the racing seasons coming up. You got IndyCar, you got F1,
Yep.
you got all that
Yep.
good stuff. So
Oh, there's a big thing. I think it's the end of this month. I wanted to fly out to Montana because they've never done it in the USA. It's called the GP Ice Race. They used to do it, or they still do it in Austria, but it's basically one of Ferdinand Porsche's like son or like grandson or something.
Descendants.
One of the descendants puts on this ice race, and it's from, I think they started it maybe in the 70s. It's really cool, but it's at Big Sky, Montana. It's at the end of this month. I don't know if you'll be able to watch it on TV.
They're gonna have to televise
but
it somehow.
It looks amazing. They put like race cars out on the ice and like studded tires and just rip around, and then they pull people on skis.
Oh wow.
It looks so cool. I won't unfortunately be able to go, but I asked him, and she was like, "That's like 3 weeks from now." So
Yeah, I can't really spring that on her.
I was hoping, but no, we're not gonna. It was so I would check that out too. GP Ice Race. It looks really cool, but yeah.
Well, I have one more section I wanted to introduce to the podcast, and it is
Dan's Marketplace Finds.
Oh my god.
so.
I could kill 45 minutes.
Oh,
right
let's see what you've been what have you been looking for?
now. What?
Because
have
you
I
send
been
me
looking for?
send me stuff.
I like to send stuff that I won't buy
Yep.
to other people in hopes that they buy it.
The
Because
last thing
I'm
you
like,
sent me.
I'm always looking for deals.
Yes.
So what did I send you? I
You
don't
sent
remember.
me a set of Momo ideas,
Yes.
which I absolutely love, and they're in Florida, which I have a friend down there that I could have pick up for me. You constantly send
Tom
me
or Justin?
Justin.
Yeah.
Justin's not far from it.
Yeah.
Then you constantly send me Mark V R32s.
Because they're just good
Oh,
cars
I-
all around.
Definitely on the list. Yeah, I got
Well,
three
you've been
of
talking
them.
about it for the
Yeah,
last
he-
I
year,
know,
and you won't
but
pony
now
up.
I know, but now I really, really want a.
It's because it
Mark
looks like
III.
a white one would look like a stormtrooper.
I want blue. It would have to.
Oh,
be
really?
blue.
You want a
yeah,
blue one?
I want blue
Yeah.
if I'm getting one.
I just figured because you had the Mark 6 Golf R
Yeah.
in white, you might want to like
I-
continue
it
that.
probably would be the second color, but
Yeah. White has got to be rare in that car.
I don't think a lot of people bought them because it was
No,
a-
I think like from a color standpoint, like obviously
Red,
blue
blue.
was the most popular.
Yeah.
And then
I
black.
think they didn't do black in the
I
Mark
thought
Vs.
they. Oh, it was silver. No, not silver.
United Gray.
It was gray.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
That's what
I think it was
Sawyer had.
United Gray.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
was nice
this-
too.
Was
Yeah,
this gray?
His-
No,
his
no,
was great,
listen,
yeah.
he got two of them. He got a second one.
Oh,
His second one was really nice.
Yeah, he went right through it all and
He ordered like the last grill and headlights for that
brand
car.
new monster
from
mats.
when he was working at Volkswagen.
Yeah, I think from like a rareness color wise in those, I think it went blue, gray, white, red.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Red just peels, so you don't want that.
but
I mean they all do.
I don't know how
But
my
red
car
are-
didn't, which
but-
was crazy because I drove my GTI. It's probably because it was a 2001, or maybe it's just because I took care of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it didn't peel like most.
All the
of-
GLIs,
all the special
all the
edition
Mark IV,
models.
yeah, the R32s.
Yeah, I can definitely get into some marketplace find stuff. I actually just went to Connecticut for a car. It's
Oh,
a whole
so-
story. I don't want to.
Okay,
I don't
you
want to tell
mentioned
you
it.
right now.
Kim mentioned it, but
Yeah.
I kept asking her in the group
Yeah.
chat, like, "Hey, what happened?" She never responded
Yeah,
back to it.
no. We'll
So,
get into that. In a
Yeah,
different
I
episode,
definitely
but-
want to hear what
Yeah,
happened because
I bought 2 cars recently. That
were supposed to
I'm
tell
creating
it back.
one, and then like it's like kind of a mini project that's going to be pretty cool and unique.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sell the other one, so I'm kind of poaching one for parts, and then
Yeah.
it'll be a car that Volkswagen never made, but it'll be, and it shouldn't take me too long,
Yeah.
hopefully. So it's more like cosmetic stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
Are
so-
you making an R36 Passat wagon?
not a wagon. It's not a Passat.
Ryan-
it's a CC.
Ryan is.
I heard. Ryan, what isn't Ryan building?
I know.
I would love a B6 R36.
Oh, I'm importing one when it is legal.
What
But
year?
I was talking
Oh.
to somebody the other day. They're like, the numbers of like clean ones available
Oh, yeah.
are going to be very slim when they're importable, which is 2032.
But
I
the
think.
problem is, once it's importable, the price is gonna
gonna
Yeah.
skyrocket.
Well, that's even now. Some of like the cool like European hot hatches and
Yep.
stuff like that. Like if you want like a Peugeot 205 GTI or anything like that, I mean, you're paying 8, 9, 10 grand for a car that in Europe is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been contemplating importing a left-hand drive Mark III GTI in whatever spec I want because it's almost cheaper than buying one
Yeah.
here that's been.
Well,
sitting
that's the
in
thing. It's like the
Northeast.
Allure because you never got it, right? Like I would love to get like a Polo or Lupo or something
Yeah.
like that, but I can't justify spending 10 grand on an economy car that
So
you could go
small,
to the,
too.
Yeah, that you could buy in the UK for $1,500. Like
Right.
it just I can't justify like that whole market, but
Yeah.
that's where we'll have some of our importer friends on that
Oh, yeah.
on that front to discuss
Yeah.
a little bit more about that. But
But
Cool.
yeah, every
Well-
week we're gonna find out what you've been looking for.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
So
But I'm not going to tell you the ones that I'm actively
no, that's fine.
hunting.
It's just like
because
I said,
I can't
you
give
send
out
me
my
links
secrets.
all the time.
I will have some cars for sale come springtime that are like worked through
Yeah.
and decent. So I know people hit me up all the time for used cars, and I'm like, yeah, I got nothing right now. I'll have like 3 pretty soon. So like timing chain
Well,
done.
Yeah,
we'll have to
Stuff like
change up
that.
the little soundboard there. It'll be Dan's classified.
Yeah.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
trying to sell you anything, but if you need something,
But-
I can help you.
Find me.
Yeah. No.
Nope, that's fine.
Cool.
And yeah, I guess that's it.
It's pretty
Well,
decent.
Yeah, I mean, hour and a half. I had
Yeah.
100% a lot longer than I thought we were
Yeah.
gonna go for.
That flowed easier than I thought.
Oh,
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
just
mean?
and it'll get easier as we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
It
I
just
thought we hit
And we'll
some
take
good stuff.
feedback. We're thick
Oh.
skinned. So
Yep.
if you guys
Yeah.
thought this sucked, or if you guys have any
Yeah,
you know
Yeah.
recommendations,
the two
on
people
what we
that
should
might be
do.
listening after
Yeah,
we
yeah, the
share
two,
it.
yeah.
Well, we did
Yeah,
we
the
did
two-
talk about a lot of people too, though.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
a lot of people, so hopefully they'll at least listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it should. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
They'll listen. They'll
listen to their own episode.
Yeah.
They'll skip through to where we
Like,
mentioned them.
oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, look at this.
But yeah, we're gonna try to release a new episode. I'm gonna release on Tuesdays. So hopefully 90% of the time, as long as we don't get hung up or we have to do it another night. But it's gonna be on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, 3 Pedals Podcast and Car House. I'll put the names in the descriptions. You can also follow us. I'm at Capone on Instagram. Mike is at send_it. And Dan is Dan J. Pendleton.
Yes.
Very
If you have
official.
any complaints, please send them all to Dan.
Yes. Actually,
DM for his email address and personal phone number.
I did start like a separate Instagram for like my shop setup.
We can put that in
It
there.
is drive.works, WERKS. So if you have car related, like, hey, I need my timing chain replaced or something like that, hit me up there, because my other one's just for
And he shares drive.works on his Instagram all the time, so you'll see it. So that should be about it. We'll see you next week.
cool. See you.
See ya.